Shout out to David.
Oh, no.
You crushed everybody, Dave. You doubled up everybody last week.
First time for everything.
You were being angry and negative, and it worked out for you.
See, first time for everything.
That's the secret to prop bets, apparently.
It worked out for you.
Just
All right.
be an ass.
Let's start off with the college football playoffs. Every team at home is favored. Playoff upsets of the 4 games. Over, under, 0.5.
Under.
Mike says chalk.
I'm going to say over. I feel like for the credibility of this playoff.
A little hopium for everybody.
Just one, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, no hope. Under.
Yeah, I'm with you, David. I am going under. Now, here's one that's going to separate the men from the boys.
Okay.
Of the 4 games, which team will score the most points? Of the 4 games. So we can have 4 different answers.
God help me for what I am about to say. Penn State.
I was about to say, you're about to say Penn State. Yep.
I was going to gain a point because I thought there's a pathway. I'm going to agree with you, Mike. Penn State.
All right, well then I have to go a different direction. I'll go Notre Dame. Just because I want to say Penn State, but I want to kind of gain on
Now,
you
that's
guys.
funny because, well, it's weekly. So we don't accumulate. It's just you win for the week. It's funny because of the 8 teams, we've picked 2. You guys took Penn State. I had it before even David said it. Notre Dame tonight.
Well, here we go. They're going to both score.
We're all going to be wrong then.
All
That's
right,
what's going to
well,
happen.
Let's stick with that game. More passing yards, Rourke or Riley Leonard?
Indiana, in the 2 games they have faced a team with a pulse, has looked like abject garbage. But Riley Leonard is not great. God help me. Give me Riley Leonard.
I have Riley Leonard also. It feels gross, doesn't it, Mike?
I feel disgusting. He'll have like 76 yards passing.
Well, I'll just go with what Signetti said. His quarterback is Canadian. It's going to be cold and snowy, so I'm going to go with Rourke.
The Maple Missile. I'm going Rourke as well, David. Rushing yards for Riley Leonard. Over, under, 45.5. That's true mobile Leonard season.
The over-under in this game?
45.5.
Under. I think it'll be snowy, a little bit of wind, but it's also Notre Dame wants to run it. Notre Dame, Indiana's rush D has been pretty good, and vice versa. We know Notre Dame's defense is great. Just feels like an under to me.
Going to need it to open up the pass. I'm going to say over.
Under.
Kenny, I'm with you. I'm going to say over because in a game like this, if it is snowy, you know what the best way not to fumble? Don't hand it off. Just do it yourself. All right. Penn State's SMU. Tyler Warren receiving yards. The Mr. Everything tight end. Over under 70.5.
Go over. SMU's bottom 5 in America covering the tight end, and Warren is a monster. I'll go over.
Yeah, plus I believe I picked Penn State here to score the most points, so I'm going to say over.
Yeah,
is everything okay back there with that microphone?
Over.
Sounds like Kenny threw it down the hall.
I'm going to go over as well. I don't think that SMU will have anybody who can actually cover this man. Quinn Ewers passing yards. Over, under 255.5.
I'm going to go under. I do not respect him at all. And I think Arch Manning gets used more. Why? Because he's better. This kid can't move. His shoulder looks like it's in tatters. I'm going to go under.
I don't know that they want to use Arch as much, though, which is a mistake. I'm going to say over.
I'm going to say over as well.
I'm going to say under because I think they're going to try to run the ball, and I do think that they're going to mix Arch in there some as well. He'll get to like 230, but not over 255.
Especially Wisner was doing such a good job, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Georgia, of all teams, shut him down after they got gutted by 300 on the ground against Georgia Tech. It made no sense.
Right. Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State receiver, star freshman, receiving yards, over under 59.5.
Oh, boy.
I'll start. I'll go over.
Why, though? What leads you in that direction?
Because they didn't throw him the ball in the Michigan game. That's the last chance they had. I think they want to do the total opposite in this game.
But what about Ibuka?
I get you, but no. They're
All
going
right.
to try to show something.
I'll go with David. Angry David usually gets these right. I'll go over.
He's not angry today, though.
What was the number?
59 and a half.
Ooh, that's a good number.
Ooh, Jim.
I'll go under.
I'm going to go over because he's the playmaking difference. Ibuka is that he moves the chains, but I think Ryan Day, taking all the criticism, I look back at the last time, and when he played Georgia, it was all about that guy named Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's going to do the same with Smith. Let's go to the NFL. Mobile golf season in full effect. In Chicago, Jared Goff rushing yards over under 8.5.
Under. Outdoors. He needs a fast track. He's not a mutter. He's got to have that firm turf. Under.
He just needs to sneak out of the pocket once, though. We've seen him do it before. 9 yards, I don't think is a crazy ask. I'll say over.
I'm also going to go over. It is mobile golf season.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am going to go under as well. I think they're going to try their best to Jahmyr Gibbs. And let's face it, I don't think they want him to take the unnecessary hits. So hand that ball off because we all know why. What could happen if the other thing happens? More receiving yards. Tim Patrick or Roma Dunze?
I'm going to go Tim Patrick. Adunze's been terrible.
That's just slanderous.
I'm sorry.
That's hurtful.
Yeah, the Tim Patrick Festival will continue. The guy that came out of absolutely nowhere. Yeah, I'll go Tim Patrick.
So I want to hear from Adunze's father saying that if you gave him the ball more, you could have saw this more. So I'm going to go with Adunze. What's that social media stuff?
I'm going with Adunze as well. More passing touchdowns. Caleb Williams, Jared Goff.
Got it. Better be Jared Goff.
Well, no, they could have a big day running the football.
They could, but the running game
Think about
has
it.
been...
Josh Allen had less touchdowns last week, and he won.
Their running touchdowns usually would come from Montgomery, though, in a goal line position. So I think it's Goff.
I'll go Goff. My head explodes thinking about watching the Bears play. Just give me Goff.
Yeah, I'm going to go Caleb Williams here.
What?
I'm going to go Caleb as well.
Oh, my God. Kenny, we've been sandbagged.
That's not sandbagging. It's one of those, as you said, Lions could be running the ball, and Chicago's behind. They got to throw it a lot more in the fourth quarter. They're a second-half team. Rushing yards. Jahmyr Gibbs rushing yards against the Bears because he's this solo back, or MSU basketball total points on Saturday. They're going up against nobodies. Hold on.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Kenny. You were about to answer regardless.
No, Jahmyr Gibbs, they're going to lean on him a lot more than normal. I think he could
Florida
pop.
Atlantic. I'm sorry.
Florida Atlantic, great. Jahmyr Gibbs.
David.
I'm going to go with MSU total points here.
Give me Gibbs. It better be Gibbs. Jesus.
That's who he is?
You know what, David? I'm going to go with MSU as well. I think no.
Unbelievable.
I think because State can get over 100. I think Gibbs, it's going to be cold weather, can get 80, 90.
There's a trend here with you guys. I think there's some haterade being sipped on today.
No, we had our meeting last night. We went over.
Sky is falling.
Right.
Longest play of the game, over under 33 and a half yards. Either team.
Under.
Over. I'll say over.
Nope. Under.
I will go over as well. Bates field goal made, over under 2.5.
Under. Touchdowns only. Dan Campbell don't play for no field goals.
Yeah, really. He doesn't play for 3. I'll say under.
Over.
I hate this. We're dead. David's going to get 17 of these.
I would say over as well. I mean, because I think because it's the Bears, it doesn't have to always be touchdown. It just needs to be points. Bears total points against the Lions, or Mike, for you,
Yeah.
Jackson Kohler total points against Florida Atlantic.
Jackson Kohler, a dominant post presence. Jackson Kohler.
The fact that you said that with a little bit of sarcasm, I'm going to go with the Bears.
No!
I'm going to go with Kohler. He only has to score a bucket.
Kareem
Wow.
Abdul-Jabbar.
I'm going to go with Kohler as well.
That's it.
Michael Penix, more touchdowns or interceptions in his debut?
Touchdowns. Come on.
Get a big day for the kid. Go touchdowns, man.
I hope you got something else to make you happy with this weekend, Rico, because it's going to be interceptions.
I'm going to go with TDs. And finally, Michael Penix passing yards in his debut. Over, under 219 and a half.
Under, because I think they're going to pound the rock. Under.
Yep.
Yeah, under as well.
Yep. It's a Bijan day. Under.
Do it. Just say it.
Over.
There it is.
That's the prop bet casino. 97-1.